Welcome back to the Begin Within Health Show. I'm your host, Nate Slegger. Today is Tuesday. It's a day for a quick episode here. I'm going to talk about something that is coming up for my clients. Tuesdays, we also talk about some hot recent articles that deal with health and fitness topics, and I get to give you my take on those. Today, what I want to talk about is the scale. I want to talk about getting on that scale. I picture the bathroom scale, wherever your scale might be. Maybe yours is in the bathroom. I have clients, they like to get on that scale every single day or every single week. They want to check out what that thing has to say, and that's okay, right? That's fine if that's what you like to do. If it's serving you, that's good. I want to talk a little bit about something that I would rather you do and which might serve you a little bit better. I mean, that's the question, right? Is it really helping? Is it really making this journey more successful for you to step on that thing and see what it has to say? And I would help you focus, I guess, on how you feel when you're looking at that readout, when you're looking at that number. Is it serving you? Is it helping you in a positive way to stay motivated? And you can you see where I'm getting at with this, right? For so many, they either hop on the scale and it means absolutely nothing to them. It's just kind of like a habit that they just do. They're like, okay, whatever. Others, they hop on and it's just a source of frustration. And so I would encourage you to just reflect on the role that it plays in your life. Is it helping? Is it supporting? Is it serving you? Or is it just adding frustration? Is it adding negativity? Is it adding disappointment? Because there are better things for us to keep track of than what that bathroom scale says on it. There are so many better things. And I want to encourage you to think about it this way. Are there other ways, other than stepping on that thing, that you would know you are improving your health to look at, right? Other readouts, other data, other ways of tracking things that would tell you you are moving in a healthier direction. Because I would argue there are other things that would do that, and there are things that would do it better than that scale on the bathroom floor will do it. That will tell you you are moving in a healthier direction. And in order to challenge you a little bit, in order to get your gears going a little bit, I will talk just briefly about some business coaching that I do. And I'll tell you this, I work with other companies that do personal training and do fitness and help them to reach their goals. And what I find over and over and over again is that especially owners can be very focused on the end result. I want this result. I want this result. I want this result. I want more sales. I want more revenue, more profit, whatever it is. But what happens is this. They don't focus very easily, very well, or even aren't always sure how to focus on the daily actions that will get us to the result, right? And so that's what I love to help them to do. Well, for you and me, the goal or the result of body weight is kind of like that bigger goal, right? That revenue, profit, sales number. There are so many things that go into it, that go into that number on the bathroom scale, that we would do better tracking, right? The daily actions. We would do better tracking. And in fact, what we find is once we're tracking daily actions that we are absolutely confident, because that number on the bathroom scale doesn't always equate to health, right? It doesn't always mean you're healthier just because that number went down, right? But there are other things that we could be tracking. There are other things we could be measuring that will tell us, yes, if this says this, then I am a healthier version of myself. And I would argue that those should be the things that we're paying more attention to. Otherwise, you'll be like a business owner that gets a great result and they're not really sure how they got it, and so they can't replicate it. Oh my goodness, now the number went up. I'm not sure what we did to get there, but man, that's awesome. Let's celebrate. It's great. We made it. Guess what? We're going to be disappointed again in the future because we don't know how we got there. We didn't know what we were doing differently every single day that made it happen. And if we weren't doing anything differently every single day that made it happen, then we didn't make it happen. It just happened. And that's really scary because if it happened in a way that made us happy, then just as easily, just as quickly, it can go away. And it could make us sad, right? Well, the same thing is true of that bathroom scale. Sometimes it might go down and we might be happy, right? We might think, oh, I'm healthier because the scale's going down. But if we're not doing anything differently on a daily basis that we know made us healthier, then what's the point? Who cares? It accidentally went down. It's going to accidentally go back up, and another day we're going to be sad. So here's what we should be tracking. This is just me. This is my experience dealing with myself, working with clients. What I would rather have you track are the daily things that you're doing or not doing that you know are moving you in a healthier direction. You absolutely know I'm healthier if I'm doing this thing, or I'm healthier if I'm not doing this thing. And here's how we do it. We have an app. Our clients have access to it. We set up a daily goal with them, daily habits. Most of our clients have at least one. Some have up to 3. Once in a while, more than that. Little things that they're checking off every single day. And for me, it's either a yes or no. It's either I flipped the switch or I didn't on this thing. Did I drink water before I drank coffee today? And my client, they tell me if I do that every single day, I'm going to be a healthier version of myself. Yes, I did. I drank water each of these days before I drank coffee, and I know I'm healthier. We're gonna celebrate that. That's just one small example, right? Did I eat veggies with every meal? Yes or no? Did I or didn't I? Yes, I did. Great. I checked that off all week. I'm a healthier version of myself than I was the week before when I wasn't checking that box off. You see what I'm talking about? I'm talking about tracking the daily inputs and not worrying so much about those outputs. And by outputs, I mean the number on the scale, right? We're tracking the inputs. We're tracking what are we doing every single day. We're confident. If we're moving in the right direction, we're going to eventually figure this out, right? We're eventually going to be in an entirely different place in terms of our health and fitness. If we pick the right input to track, the outputs are going to take care of themselves. So it doesn't matter to me if the scale says that it's lower than it did yesterday. What I'm interested in is, are you healthier? Are you a healthier version of yourself? That's what I want for you. And I know that's what you want for yourself. That's why you're here. That's why you're listening to the Begin Within Health Show. I'm really curious to know what your thoughts are on this. If you don't mind sharing, you can find me on social media at Nate Slegger. Just share it with me. Hey, Nate, on the scale conversation, the scale topic that you just covered, I think this or I think that. I think it's a bunch of baloney what you said or whatever. I'm just curious to know what you think. Again, this is just my opinion, my experience working with myself, working with clients. I'm curious to know your thoughts. And I want to thank you so much for listening, for being here, part of the community on the Begin Within Health Show. There are other resources in the show notes for each episode if you're ever interested in going a little bit deeper, getting involved in our program or one of our groups. The links are in the show notes. Thanks so much for listening. I'll talk with you again soon. Take good care of yourself.